Hi, I'm Steve Wise, President of Marriott Vacation Club International, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to one of Marriott's premier resort destinations. During your stay, we encourage you to relax and enjoy all the great amenities the resort has to offer. And if one of your passions happens to be golf, you're in luck. Marriott has a strong heritage in golf instruction. We can provide you some valuable tips and helpful information to enhance your game from the comfort of your own villa. Our veteran team of golf professionals is dedicated to helping you improve your enjoyment of the game, no matter what your skill level is. Give them a try. You'll enjoy the experience.
My name is David Graham. I've been a certified instructor at the Marriott Golf Academy since 1999. What I love about the game of golf is it offers something for everybody. So whether it's exercise or whether you want to be competitive, there's always something to achieve in golf, and there's always something for each individual. The reason I feel like I can connect well with my students is I myself take a lot of lessons. So I understand how frustrating it can be to learn something new, and I feel like I can bring to the table strategies to help them navigate those frustrating times. If we can work together, I hope to empower you so you can understand why you're shooting the scores you are, so you can take ownership of your golf game in order to achieve your own goals.
My name is Don Moyer. I've been a certified instructor at the Marriott Golf Academy since 2010. Teaching golf allows me to solve a problem. Everybody's golf swing is different, and I really like the scientific aspect of golf and teaching, even though I am a field player. I think my best trait as a teacher is having the patience. When a student is learning something new, there's a fairly big learning curve, and I'm able to walk them through the learning process. The most rewarding part of the job for me is being able to figure out a problem with somebody's golf swing and having the student see and feel the fix.
My name is Dave Dolangowski. I've been the senior instructor at the Marriott Golf Academy since 1997. I first thought about teaching when I was actually getting a lesson for myself. Just that relationship with the coach, watching how he was helping me, I knew that's what I wanted to do and give back. What I love about this game, especially when I'm playing, is I get to use both sides of my brain or my mind. I can use the creative side, and then I can also use that analytical side of my brain. So the game of golf requires you kind of got to balance both of those, so I really enjoy that. What gives me the greatest pleasure is something that happens when my students leave, and maybe a month from now or weeks from now, I get an email or a note from them, and everything kind of clicked in, or they had their best round, or their putting was so much better. That's what really drives me.
My name is Corey McAuliffe, and I've been a certified instructor here at the Marriott Golf Academy since 2014. I knew I wanted to be a teacher when I realized I had a unique ability to connect with my students by listening and paying close attention to their unique learning styles. I believe there are an infinite number of ways to swing a golf club. However, there is one efficient way for each player, and it is based on what he or she can physically do. Golf is the greatest game because it's a game you can play for life. From my experience teaching students from 9 to 90, they equally have as much fun on the golf course. The most exciting part about teaching is watching my students' confidence grow as they begin to achieve their goals.
My name is Todd Shantz. I am a Golf Digest Top 100 club fitter and have been doing this for more than 15 years. What makes the game of golf so great is that we can always improve and be better players. I want everybody to have that experience. It's a wonderful feeling. What drew me to club fitting is actually the science of the game, Once we've got involved with launch monitors and millimeters and degrees became important, I just went nuts on it. It's just what makes this game so cool. The golf fitting studio at Marriott Golf Academy is designed to help you play your best. What we do is we watch your ball flight and we make sure that it's the best it can be. If we have the opportunity to help you with your golf equipment, we can get you to the point where you can play better.
A lot of golfers, when they warm up on the putting green before their round, they'll throw a few balls down, they'll hit the same target over and over again. Maybe they miss a few, make one, and then they think, okay, I've got it, I'm calibrated myself for the day. What I'd like to do is give you maybe a different process on how to prepare for your round, one that introduces more randomization into your pre-round warm-up, because that's really what you're going to experience on the golf course, is a lot of variety, and just hitting the same putt over and over again kind of skips that. So first thing we're going to do is put a tee down a couple of feet in front of us, and our goal here is just simply roll a few balls and hit the tee. And what this does for us is this gives us confidence that we're starting the ball on our line. If you can start the ball on your line, perfect, now move on. I don't want you to get real bogged down in a lot of mechanics before your round. So just, can we start the ball on our line? If that's good, now we're gonna hit some different putts of different lengths, work on our speed control, our touch, our feel. So hit some 10-footers, hit some 20-footers. If the putting green allows, hit some uphill, downhill. That's how we're gonna behave on the golf course. That's what we're gonna run into, is a variety of putts, not the same putt over and over again. Do that, and that'll help you prepare for your round of golf.
Hi everyone. Next time you miss the green in regulation, instead of you thinking if I should chip it or I should pitch it, I'd like you to start kind of thinking, should I hit it high or should I hit it low? So if you're going to hit it low, the club that I would recommend is you use a pitching wedge, which typically has around 44 degrees, so that'll get the ball to run a little bit, or maybe even a gap wedge, which has around 52 degrees. So when you're hitting a low shot, you're going to play the ball a little bit right of center. You're going to have this handle lean forward, and you're going to favor some weight on the left. And when you're making those swings, typically those are going to be shorter swings that are going to be below your waist. So here I'm making about a knee-high swing. So a little short swing, and you really got to take these wrists out of play. So we want stiff wrist and stiff arms. Do another one. Stiff wrist and straight arms. Ball right of center. There's a real good one there. A nice low running shot. For the high shot, I would recommend that you use your sand wedge, which has 56 degrees aloft. I'm all right if you use a 58 or a 60, maybe if you're an advanced player. But you beginners and your high handicappers, I would stick at the most loft would be a 56 degree. So now we're going to move our ball position a little more left of center or forward, and I don't want the handle lean forward. So you can feel like this is pointing to about your belt buckle. These swings are going to need to be a little bit bigger, above your waist. Whenever you're swinging the club above your waist, you're going to be hinging your wrist, and I'd like you to be soft in your arms. So you're going to be complete opposite of the chip. So I'll play the ball a little bit left of center, have the handle pointed to my belt buckle, and now I'm a nice soft arms, and you can see how that really elevates the ball up in the air. So I hope that helps you the next time you miss the green.
I'd like to talk to you about the sequence of the pivot in the golf swing. A great tip or drill that we can use a wall inside, we can use a chair on the driving range, we can use a sofa, the back of a sofa in your house. What I'd like for you to do is get into a dress position with your butt up against the wall. You got both cheeks on the wall. In the takeaway, your trail cheek stays on the wall, your lead cheek is now off the wall. To start the sequence of the downswing, we're going to put the lead cheek back onto the wall and take the trail cheek off the wall, which is going to enable our body to pull our arms and hands through the golf shot. Hopefully this tip helps you. And again, we can do this inside to build that muscle memory.
Let's talk about golf shafts. We all know the importance of the shaft. It's the engine that drives the club. If you listen to manufacturers, they'll give you some elements that are very specific to their heads. But every iron, every shaft, every putter, every driver, fairways, all of these things act differently, and they must be fit to you specifically. How you swing the club, how smooth your transition is. If it's very quick, we need something heavier. If it's light or smooth, we can go very light and help you with height, flight, and spin. So let's make sure that we have the right shaft in our irons. It can be anywhere from 45 grams to 130 grams. Do you know which was the right one for you? A good club fitter can get you there. Otherwise, make sure that you're looking outdoors and you're watching ball flight. We cannot get fit with a shaft without seeing that.
An intimidating shot that some of you golfers might face on the course is having to flight a shot nice and high and getting it to land softly and quickly on the green. Whether you're hitting over a bunker or you have very little green to work with, this can be an intimidating shot, and I'm going to help you navigate your way through it. So I'm going to start with our setup. It's really important that you have the proper club selection. I chose the highest lofted club in my bag, which is my 60-degree wedge, and that club face should be wide open, so it's pointed at the sky. You want a nice and wide stable base with your ball position forward and lots of knee flex. The more knee flex you have, it's going to allow you to lower your hands, which in return is going to add more loft to your club. My weight is slightly favored on my lead side, but my sternum is tilted away from my target. My lower body should stay fairly stable as I swing, and it's going to look something like this. Give that a shot.
When it comes to scoring, we have to eliminate three putts. Three putts, they're just wasted shots and they're not helping our score at all. So I want to give you a little plan or a process on how to eliminate those three putts. When it comes to three putting, generally we are missing long and short. Our speed control is our biggest offender. So that's what I'd like to focus on. Here I have a little practice station set up. So what I'd like you to do is go on the putting green, get a ruler, or in my case, I have a teaching stick with a 10-inch mark and a 15-inch mark, so 10 inches, 5 inches. And then I have a couple of balls put out in front of me, 10 feet and 20 feet. So about 4 steps is around 10 feet. So just walk out 4 steps, put a ball down, 4 more steps, put another ball down. So I have 10 and 20 feet. So the first thing we're going to do when it comes to speed control is get a consistent length of swing, right? Because it's hard for your brain to know how hard to hit the putt if we're constantly varying up the length of the stroke. So the first step in this process is to get a consistent putting backstroke length. Ballpark is, and there can be a little variation depending on the speed of your green at home, but for a general normal speed green, average speed green, we're making roughly a 10-inch backswing, right, for a 10-foot putt, and a 15-inch backswing for a 20-foot putt. And then once you're comfortable with the stroke length, now when you hit a putt to first, let's go to the 10-foot. Now what you're going to do is you're going to match the speed so the ball doesn't roll any more than a foot, foot and a half past the cup. All right, so now we focus, we know what a 10-inch stroke feels like. We're just trying to make that same stroke length. And now when we hit the putt, right, we want the ball to roll to our 10-foot mark. And then you would make a little bit longer, 15 inches, keeping the same acceleration. The acceleration is a constant. What we're doing is we want the pace of your stroke to be the same, and we're changing the stroke length. That's our variable. And then once you get consistent with that, I want you to take that feel out to the golf course, knowing the speed. And once you have a consistent pace, your brain will intuitively figure out how far to take the stroke back and through on its own. But we have to first give it rules to play by. First we tell it, okay, this is about how far we're taking it back, match the speed, right? And then once you know the speed, that's what we're focusing on that we go out in the golf course. Do that and it'll really eliminate those three putts.
Hi, I would like to show you two techniques that you can use when hitting out of a greenside bunker shot. The first technique is a square stance, square club face. So your sand wedge has bounce to it, mine has 12 degrees. They actually measure the bounce with a square club face. So you have plenty of bounce. You do not have to open up your face. That's the second technique. So we'll first show you how to do the square face technique. So I have a line down here, and I'm just going to get my face perpendicular to the target line. I'm going to have my ball position left of center, and then I'm going to have my stance parallel to that. So you're still going to hit 2 inches behind it, and you can still put a little bit of weight on your left side. So we'll make a little shot. That will come out maybe a little bit lower, but you have plenty of loft. Even if you use your 56 degree, you'll have plenty of loft to get over this. Now, the open face, I think, is more for advanced players, competitive players. It gets the ball up a little higher, it puts more spin on the ball, but it's a little more complicated here in the setup. So, we're still gonna hit 2 inches behind it. And now I'm going to swivel this club in my fingers to open it. So I'm really turning the leading edge of the club to the 1 o'clock position. So it's at 12, I'll swivel it in my fingers, and now I'm at the 1 o'clock position. So now my club face is off to the right if I set up in a square stance. So I'm going to walk my feet around to the left. So really now I'm over here at about a 30-degree angle. Still play the ball forward in the stance, still hit 2 inches behind, and now we have an open face. And that's going to put a lot more spin on the ball and get the ball to sit a little bit softly. So I hope that helps the next time you're in the greenside bunker.
The most neglected club in fitting is the putter. Why is that? It's half our strokes on the golf course. We've got to get this one right. And the most important part is to make sure the head is correct for our stroke type. 3 different strokes, straight back and straight through, slight arc and strong arc. All of those elements make sure the head is the right one for you. The position of your eyes is dictated by the length of the club and our posture. So if we get our length right, we have a better position on the club. We want to be just inside the ball or right over the ball, never really past the ball. And the final elements are the lie and loft of the head. We want to make sure the putter's going through straight at impact without heeling or towing, and we make the ball roll forward faster. These are the important elements of a putter fitting. Make sure you see your specialist to do it.
I'd like to talk to you about consistent ball direction through impact. What I'd like for you to focus on is the club face is controlled by the back of your lead hand. Your lead hand is now controlled by your lead forearm. So in order to manipulate the club face, we're going to have to either supinate or pronate your lead forearm to control the club face. For instance, right now, club face is going down target line, which is the orange stick. The back of my lead hand is also pointing down the orange stick. In order to open the club face down the white line, the back of my left hand is now also going down the white stick. In order to close the club face, which is now the yellow stick, the back of my left hand is now pointed down the yellow stick. This is the way that you're going to be able to control the club face in your downswing. Hopefully this tip will help you shape your shots on a more consistent basis.
Many amateurs struggle with getting clean contact with their wedges. So I'm going to show you a drill that's going to help you hit your wedges nice and clean and maximize your spin rate. We're going to start off with 3 golf balls. We're going to have the first one teed up nice and high. The second one's going to be teed just a little bit lower. And the third one is going to be off the grass. So this first one, the goal here is to pick it clean off that tee without damaging the tee or letting it fly out of the ground. We do the same thing with the second one here, hit it nice and clean, and don't let that tee move. And this last one here, we're just going to try to give the grass out in front just a little haircut. Give that drill a shot. I guarantee it'll improve your distance control.
Well, the level of instruction is excellent, and they know you, remember you, follow up with you. And then the general service around is wonderful. But my third day, when I come to get my clubs, oh, Mrs. Sample, we've got them ready for you. And that's just, it's wonderful.
Here at Marriott Grand Vista, I was invited to a disabled veteran organization event that Marriott Grand Vacation Clubs was hosting called On Course Foundation. Don was the primary instructor. Don was very liked by all of the disabled veterans. His method of instruction was very agreeable and made it easy for us to apply. Some of us have physical wounds or injuries. Some of us have injuries that are unable to be seen. He was able to work around that in his professional knowledge of golf and the human anatomy, and as a result, it made it very easy for us to understand golf from him. Don and I have become very close friends since then. He continues to teach me with my golf game, and I'm very satisfied with the instructions I've been receiving.
Before I came here, I thought I was not going to have a good time. I was going to be so shy and embarrassed. But then it turned out I had a really good time, and everyone made me feel comfortable here. I didn't feel pressured. I didn't feel embarrassed if I hit a bad shot. So I felt really good here now.
My overall experience has been terrific at Marriott Golf Academy. We became involved about 10 years ago when we were initially looking for a golf school and chose Marriott as the best solution for us. And I believe it really started the foundation of my game. I think of it as where I learned to play golf in a consistent, repeatable manner.
My instructor, David Graham, has been very helpful for me. I started working with him right after a particularly bad tournament. I just wanted to get on film and figure out why I was having some problems, and he made himself more than available for me, and he has ever since. Even if it's just 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, he's never failed to make a few minutes for me and help me with a lot of drills and a lot of things that can help me get my game back together.
When I first came down here, I thought it was just going to be like a normal golfing area where you just kind of come, you maybe hit balls and then go out and play the course. But it's so much more than that because everybody here is so nice and so helpful. They're always willing to help you out on just about anything. And even like they have golf fitting here where you can like pick your clubs and it's so wonderful.
So far I've been coming to the Marriott Academy now for about 2 years, seeing Dave Dolangowski, and had a great experience. Before I came here, my index was probably in the 6 to 7 range, and now it's down to the 4 or 5 range. So he's been able to kind of move me in the right direction, and I feel that he's basically simplified my game for me a lot and removed a lot of the complexity that I kind of imposed on myself, and he's just simplified it. And from that perspective, I just started to become a better golfer.
The golf fitting studios here at the Marriott Golf Academy are second to none. Todd helped me so much with my golf swing, with the fitting. He was easy to understand. He was fantastic.
I hope this has given you a good sense of the facilities and the quality and expertise of the dedicated golf professionals we have here at the Marriott Golf Academy. Everyone associated with the Academy is passionate about the game and ready to help you improve yours. For all of us at the Marriott Vacation Club, we look forward to serving you during your stay.